What's up, everyone? Drunken Phoenix here. Welcome back to the Twilight Zone, where we live in the world where everything is just super expensive. Things don't seem to be getting better anytime soon, and this has been an ongoing problem for the past few years. And yeah, things don't look too promising in the news, if you guys keep up with the news. But we're going to see how our fellow Americans are doing. So let's go ahead and get started.
How are you motherfuckers not fucking pissed off at the cost of everything right now? Like, our car insurance went up by an extra $150 for literally no fucking reason. Just because everybody else's deductible, supposedly where we live, has gone up, so they tack on an extra $150 for ours. So our car insurance for 3 cars, full coverage, which we've never had an accident, nothing, was almost $400 when it used to be $250. So, and then rent, oh my fuck. I've been looking around to downsizing because I do not own this house, okay? I do not own this house. It is a 3-bedroom house out in the middle of nowhere. I love it. I've lived here for years, but it's $2,500 a month. I'm having a 3rd child, and I'm like, you know what? I don't think we want to pay this. There's no fucking way we could buy a house, and everybody knows that. So I've been looking at just downgrading, getting rid of a bunch of shit, just be like, you know what? I wouldn't mind paying less. And then in a couple years when the market gets better, just buy a house, right? Well, I was fucking wrong because a house literally with 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, basically shitty as fuck, shitty part of town, $1,500 a month? A month? Or basically the same amount of money that I'm already paying now for something with like less space, or it's in an apartment and you can't have no pets, you gotta have 600 credit score, last month's deposit, $400 administrative fee, non-refundable. And we're a family of 4, so we spend about a little over $1,000 a month on fucking food. And I don't buy bougie food. I make my meals. We don't go out to eat every maybe once in a while because I'm pregnant and I'm like, oh my god, I want that so bad. But it's been weeks since we've had fast food. Like, what the fuck? Something has gotta give. I know for a fact I'm not the only one. And this is fucking bullshit. Like, something needs to fucking change, dude. We can't keep living like this anymore. Fuck.
So I initially was going to say that some of the things that she was saying as far as the prices of things, I think she said $400 for 2 cars, as well as $1,500 for the house, like I guess a prospective home that she was thinking about renting. I don't think that was really that bad or that high personally, but when she said family of 4, it's like, okay, and she's pregnant apparently. So I think that's something that, I think this is a topic that doesn't get talked about, is how expensive things are for people that have kids especially. And this would go into the whole birth rate conversation where, in the United States, there are more people dying than being born. And, people are choosing not to have kids. And, it's because things are just super high. And even for prices that, seeing, like I'm childless. So seeing those prices that she mentioned, like I said, initially I was like, that's not that high. But then I thought about, I'm like, oh, I don't have kids, I don't have a family, so I can definitely see where she's coming from. But yeah, that's just life. Things are just getting more expensive. A lot of people were, hoping that, the new administration would help to solve things, and the dude has 3.5 more years, but things don't look too promising. I don't want to get too political. I personally don't think he knows what the hell he's doing. Hopefully there's someone behind the scenes that's really calling the shots, because no. But anyway, next video.
I'm not trying to come across ungrateful or unhappy or cynical or anything like that, but I have a question. What in the hell has happened to cost of living increases? Like, for real. Everything is going up. Everything around us. It's just no matter what, between eggs, gasoline, all these things. And we get a cost of living that's 1%. What are we supposed to do with that? Like, what am I going to do with 1%? Our insurance alone is going up 10% this year. And we're getting 1%? Now, doing the math, that's losing money. That's year after year. I'm not getting any more. I'm losing money. They're taking it away from me. I come from the time back in the early 2000s where a raise was a raise. You get 6, 7, 8, up to 10%, and it was normal. And then in 2007 or 2008, somewhere around there was a period where we got nothing. Nothing for 3 years. And now we're getting 1% and we're supposed to cheer about it. I don't get that. What am I cheering for? Am I cheering for, hey, I lost money, the longer I work for you, the more money I lose? How does this keep happening?
Can someone tell me why LA is so fucking out of touch? My boyfriend and I are trying to move. Our cap is $5,000, which is basically a mortgage payment. I don't even know if I want to own a home. I would just like a little bit extra room. If we find something that we like, it's in a really shitty part of the neighborhood, or if we do find something that we're like, oh, okay, this is in our price range, which by the way, $5,000 is a lot of money to pay to rent something that you don't even own. And then we find something and then it doesn't have a yard for my dog, or it doesn't have a garage. And it's like, these are like, everybody should have a yard. Everybody should have a garage. And you want me to pay $6,500 for something that doesn't have black mold in it? I mean, LA is just like, I don't even know how people live here. It's insane how expensive everything is.
So, my advice is she might want to consider leaving LA. You know, I mean, I love LA. It's a great city, a lot of things to do, beautiful. But you all know, for me personally, the cost of living there is just such a huge turnoff. And I get that where there's like a high demand for a certain location, you know, things you can expect to pay a premium. But I don't know, the skeptical part of me just feels that, you know, I would expect LA to be, you know, more expensive than the average American city, but I just am not buying that it should be that expensive. I don't think the average home should be over $1 million. I feel like, I guess what I'm trying to get at is I'm saying that I feel like some of the stuff is a little orchestrated or done on purpose. I just, with the amount of taxes that those people pay and with the amount of money that this country has, I just don't think it's reasonable for the city to be that expensive. I think there's like a lot of things that they could do to lower the cost of living. But that's just me speaking. What do I know?
So I just paid for this pizza. Look, check it out. Old, cold, $7. $7 freaking bucks. And then when I sign, you know, you put in the credit card, it gives you the receipt. The cashier is looking because it says total and then it says tip. I signed it, dude. I ain't leaving no tip. Here's a tip. Don't charge $7 for a pizza and you might get a freaking tip. Look at this. Shout out. It's freaking crazy.
Overspending is not the problem right now for Gen Z and millennials. It's the cost of living. Here's a breakdown of the typical cost of living for someone that's 25 to 35 years old without kids, and it's gonna blow your mind. Just rent alone with a roommate can run you around $1,500 a month, and we all know people are paying more than that. Then you have utilities and internet around $175 a month, groceries $500, which is super conservative. Maybe you're smart, so you bought a used car, but you also have to pay car insurance, which is inflating like crazy. That's gonna be around $700 a month. Health insurance, not including dental, which doesn't cover anything anyways. Then you gotta pay for gas and your cell phone. That's another $300, plus debt payments for credit cards and student loans. It's gonna run you around $500 a month. Streaming services, at least $50 a month, and I'm sure you're spending more than that. And then don't forget the Uber Eats. That's probably around $250 a month. Gym membership, $50. Miscellaneous shopping, hobbies, random, maybe a Starbucks coffee, you're looking at an extra $200, totaling to $4,725 a month.
Okay, that whole list was actually really depressing. I'm trying to see where I stand. I probably spent a little bit more than some of this stuff. I will say I did get a good deal on the car payment. My car expenses is not $700 a month. No, I'm paying. That's including the insurance and the the regular monthly payment. I'm doing good on that. Some of these other things I'm not too sure about, but I don't know.
To be able to afford $4,725 a month, you need to be making $75,000 a year just to pay this. That's not you putting any money aside for emergencies, retirement savings, out-of-pocket healthcare expenses. Let's say you have a dental issue, vacations, throw that out the window. Major life goals like a wedding, a down payment, no chance for that. Kids and childcare, I need to make a whole other video for that because there's no way you can afford a kid with that budget. Forget about skiing, going to the beach. You can't even buy Christmas presents for your family because you have no extra money. And just to be comfortable in this scenario, you need to be making around $100,000 a year. And how are you going to do that when the average person makes $50,000 right now? It just doesn't make any sense. So yeah, keep blaming the expensive coffees and the avocado toast.
Hey, what do you guys have for half tons? I'm just kind of in the market, for just a large but not super big. I don't tow much, so I might tow my boat once a year. Just looking for something like that. Absolutely, sir. Let's go take a look at our half ton lineup. Most of them are going to be V8, and we're running 0 down, and they're all about 15% off right now. So it's your lucky day. Right on. This blue one's kind of nice. How much does it cost? Oh, the blue one? Yeah, so the blue with the tow package, backup camera, leather seats, surround sound, Bose speakers. They're running about $78,000 right now, so pretty good deal, honestly.
I will say this from my own personal experience, and this is just very anecdotal for me. I feel like at least for the cars that I was looking at, because speaking of cars, my car is actually in the shop right now because I had an issue with it. But I was just browsing around, looking at some cars and just looking and doing some pricing, and it seems like a lot of cars have went down to their prices. I'm not sure if it's just from the cars I was looking at or just the day. Like I don't know if it's technically supposed to be like that given everything that's going on. But from what I saw, and I was looking at some pretty good cars within the past anywhere from the past 5 to 10 years. The prices aren't that bad at all. You could get a really good deal right now. Or at least I could if I wanted one. I don't know if that was just a one-off chance that they're that low or if that's normal for every car. But just some food for thought.
Dude, did you just say what now? What was the cost? $78,000, sir. I know it's such a good deal. We're much better than all the other dealerships. No, $78,000 is ridiculous. Like in a bad way, a very bad way. That's absolutely crazy for a half ton. Almost $80,000. Like what? Well, that's the leather, sir. Sorry, that's what drives the price up. It's a limited edition. If you want a base model, they're only $76,000.
This is what $35 worth of groceries looks like in October 2024. Now, before you come at me in the comments, most of these items were on sale, and I do try to buy store brand as much as I possibly can. To start, we have 6 rolls of paper towels for $6, $9 for this little tin of onion powder. You can see the shrinkflation in there, not fully filled up. Obviously, I won't go through this all in 1 week, but I do use a lot of seasoning when I cook, and it's also frustrating because I'm pretty sure you can get onion powder at the dollar store, so it would have been cheaper there. I got 18 eggs for $6, a red bell pepper for 99 cents. Then I got 3 apples for a little over $3, 2 pounds of ground turkey for $7, and then I got 32 ounces of yogurt for $3. So all in all, this is what $35 of groceries looks like in 2024. Obviously, I'm not going to use all of this in 1 week, and it's not like I can't afford it. I'm definitely not starving to death. I just think it's a bad deal. The election is less than 2 weeks.
Yeah, so keep in mind, so this particular video was right before the election, and when I saw the was it 16 or 18 eggs for $6, I was like, that's actually not that bad compared to how much that would cost now. So it's still, so this is just a testament to how things are still even more expensive. Strangely, I kind of became numb to it. I feel like I'm kind of getting adjusted to the higher cost of living, only because it's not much I can do at this point. I don't think it's anything. I don't think it's enough that anybody can do. I think this is just the new reality, and I don't see things changing unless there's just some drastic policy change or just something. But I don't even know if that's going to happen. So, but yeah. So let me know how you all faring in this economy. Are you guys liking how things are going? I don't know. I guess nobody's liking it, but if you're doing fine or better than ever, yeah, let me know in the comment section. But yeah, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.